This is Karen with NewClevelandRadio.net, and it's time for What in the World with Paul Seaburn and his sidekick, John DiNallo. And with that, Paul, I'm turning the show over to you today. I'm going to take a little rest. So have a good show.
All right. Thank you, Karen, so much for that brief yet still poignant introduction. Yeah, it's me, Paul Seaburn, the host of What in the World, everybody's favorite weird news podcast. Real news, sometimes weird, always funny. This is the place to come for your funny, strange, but real news from around the world. Guess what? We were recently nominated as the best news podcast in Cleveland. So somebody thinks that we're legitimate, John. The
Well, that's good. Yeah, that's comforting, Paul. I mean, just seeing how we come out here every week to try to be able to put on a good show for everyone, that's
That's
very, very
right.
comforting, actually.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us. If you join us from Facebook, I'm on Facebook. Karen Hale at newclevelandradio.net is also on Facebook, so you can join us there. You can join us from my website, paulseaburn.com, or from, what did I say, newclevelandradio.net. The We're also connected to cleveland13news.com, I believe it is, and or .net. Try both of them if one doesn't work. That's what I
Yeah,
do.
50-50 chance it'll work. That's right.
Or Google it. That's our partner, the new online television station in Cleveland, Ohio. So thank you so much for their work in posting and promoting our show. The So we're here every week with our weird news, little weird news podcast. Karen Hale normally is here. She's our producer, our media mogul at newclevelandradio.net, our co-host. She is also one of our sponsors at Yes I Can Coaching. You can find all the great information about Yes I Can Coaching at newclevelandradio.net, where you'll also find out about some of the other great podcasts that Karen produces, all different kinds of podcasts. So check them out. You might find one that is of interest. We're the only one that's weird, funny news. So we're the place to come for an hour of laughs every week. And by we, I normally would say that the voice in one ear is Karen Hale. Her voice is gone until at the end of the show when she'll join us again. But the voice that you heard in the other ear, who I call John because that's his name, is our co-host, our color commentator, host of What in the World of Sport, my old buddy. We go back to college. We're fraternity brothers. John DiNallo. Hey, John, how you doing?
Hey, Paul, doing great. It's a great day in Cleveland, and it's a great day for our podcast. And I'm sure that we have a good show lined up for everyone. So let's make sure everyone listens attentively. Well, because if they don't listen attentively, Paul, then they're not going to get
Listen,
the benefit of it. So I mean, maybe it's very logical, but that's kind of what it is.
are you implying that some of our listeners are not attentive, John?
I am making that bold statement, not trying to get into trouble with anyone, but trying to keep people on their toes. I mean, it's
I
like anything else. I mean, we need good participation as well as a good delivery that we need to make. So again, it's a two-way street.
I can vouch for that. Although I mention all the time on the show, usually at the beginning of the show, that we love to hear from our listeners and our viewers. We're also on YouTube, by the way, so you can watch us on YouTube, see some of the great photos that we have in association with many of the stories we talk about. You can send me messages on Facebook. You can send me messages through my website, paulseaburn.com. You can send Karen messages as well through Facebook or through newclevelandradio.net. I did hear from one of our longtime listeners who does pay very close attention to the show, also to John's segments especially. So there are a few attentive listeners out there,
I will
John.
attest to that also, Paul. I also get some communication to that effect, and
I
actually
think you
makes me
know who
feel
I'm
good.
talking about. Yeah,
Oh
you
yeah,
know
of
who
course I
I'm
know who
talking
I'm
about.
talking
All
about. Yes,
right.
I do know who he is. Yes,
Well,
I do.
okay. Enough of this banter. Let's get right to our news stories. Let me give you a quick preview of what we'll be talking about today. So, Cleveland has its own energy drink, and we're going to be talking about that. I'm hyped up on it. That's why I'm so excited. Uh, we've got a story about giant vegetables and the seeds that give you gas. So, if you don't have enough gas already,
I should listen to that one. I should listen to
There you
that.
go, John. Well, you will be paying attention because you are attentive. Um, Also, inconvenience store wolves. So you think that wolves are only at convenience stores? Well, how about inconvenience stores as well? We've got stories about raccoons, bears, and jaws, all somewhat related. So that'll be
It seems
interesting
like
there.
it's a representation of the animal kingdom, Paul.
Animal
If I got
Kingdom,
that
maybe
right.
even movies about the Animal Kingdom.
Oh, okay,
Gonna
good.
have to listen to find out. Plus,
Listen,
we've
yeah,
got
sure.
party games that will get you world records. Everybody wants to be on What in the World, and we always talk about world records on this show. Here's some party games, some easy ways that you can set a world record and be featured on What in the World. So pay attention for that. A good reason why we need malls again. I miss malls. This is a story that will want you, like me, to long for malls again, where you can find the thing that we'll be talking about. Um, Artificial intelligence is invading golf. Good story there. Plus, oatmeal you can toast with. Oh, could be a play on words.
Sounds unique to me, Paul. I'll make sure I have both ears open on that one.
All right. Plus, we got more odd news. We've got world records. We've got trivia. John's got a great weird sport for us, and then we'll play everybody's favorite weird news game, Bluff the co-host. So let's get right to it. You'll be listening to me and John banter away over here while Karen rests up for the end of the show. So, I need to get our photos ready here. So let me do that. I'll just chat a bit there. There we go. There's our logo. There's one of our sponsors. What would you say to a naked space alien? My new book, available at Amazon, also available through my website, paulseaburn.com. A couple other sponsors that we'd like to mention: Bigfoot Landscaping over off of 271 in Orange, I believe is the name of the city.
Oakwood Village, Paul. Oakwood Village.
Okay,
Is where
why
it's at.
can't I remember that? Oakwood Village.
Yeah.
Village, and also Beer and Belly Grill, where they have a giant roaring Bigfoot standing in front of the restaurant. So you can go out, you can talk to Bigfoot for a little while. His eyes light up, his mouth moves. He pats you on the head. That's what he did to John. And
He
then
did. That's right. He did that.
we can go in. You can go in and have some of the great food that they have there as well. So we want to thank all of our sponsors. Okay, so I mentioned an energy drink, and really unique Cleveland-oriented energy drink last week. That was not real. You may remember it, John. The drink was 100% kielbasa energy drink.
How could I forget?
I think John may have been one of the people who contacted me later, very frustrated because they thought that this would be a great energy drink that they would like to try, instead of the energy drinks that everybody's talking about. So I've got good news for those of you in the Northeast Ohio area where we're located. And really, this is news for people around the country, around the world, actually, because you can find this energy drink in any grocery store. Now, but you have to look someplace other than in the energy drink section. And the reason why I call this an energy drink is because it has been certified by Poland as an energy drink. And that energy drink is Dill Pickle.
Oh my gosh, Polish Gatorade. Oh my Lord.
That's what they call it.
Wow.
Polish Gatorade. Dill Pickle juice is now the new Gatorade. The new not just the Gatorade flavor. You don't need to buy Gatorade. Just buy a jar of dill pickle and drink the juice. Let me tell you, it gives you a pickle burst. A pickle burst of energy.
I don't think I've ever experienced that, Paul.
You have what? You need to try it, John.
Maybe I'll try it. Yeah, maybe I'll try
yeah.
it. Sure. Why not?
Not sweet pickles. Yeah, you don't want to get the sweet pickles. It has to be the dill pickle. If you can get Polish dill pickle, that's even better because there's a special secret additive from Warsaw that they put in there that really gives you that Polish Gatorade boost. Again, one of our favorite listeners of the show. There are a couple of listeners on the show. I've talked about pickle juice before, and many people drink pickle juice as a to help your digestion, and I don't know, it probably helps you lose weight, probably helps your sex life if I know the Polish people like I do.
Oh,
So
okay.
try it out. Dill pickle juice, the Polish Gatorade. Okay, all right, let's move on to something. And John said he was interested in this, so we'll start with a gardening story. It's getting we're reaching we're near August in Northeast Ohio. I guess everybody, we're all on the same calendar, every place. The so August means it's harvest season, and you're already starting to see this year's crop of fresh vegetables in the market. But a lot of people aren't eating vegetables this year because of that whole explosive diarrhea thing. Have you heard about that, John?
I've heard about it, and I was concerned, very
Yeah.
concerned, because Taylor Farms is a product that we have purchased in the past, and I know it's a pretty common grocery item. But thankfully, we've not been affected by what's been going on with other folks that have had that. So just being careful and trying to be cautious.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Thank,
yeah.
thank goodness the Taylor Farms is not one of our sponsors because they wouldn't be anymore. But
That's right. That's right.
this is not the first time that I've thought about explosive diarrhea. Oh, what a surprise! The I think, John, we saw explosive diarrhea open for black-eyed pea. That's singular
Well,
pea. And
that would make sense, but I'm going to have to defer back to you, Paul, because again, sometimes my memory really fails me, and it's failing me at this time right now.
well, I'll tell you what, John, let me give you some advice and everybody out there. If you get a black eye from peeing, you're standing too close to the urinal. That's all I
Oh,
have to say.
yeah. No, that's great advice, Paul.
All right.
Oh.
So this story comes from the UK. This guy, he's a competitive gardener. His name is Graham Barrett in Gloucestershire in the UK. He set a world record for the largest head of garlic. This head of garlic weighs 3 pounds, 13.7 ounces. It's so big. You know how big it is? It's so big. He crushed one clove of it, and the entire area of Transylvania exploded in flames. Not an
It's got some mystical powers there. Wow.
mystical power. This head of garlic is bigger than his own head and than
Yeah,
the farm
right. Look at that.
head.
Wow. Wow.
It's so
Wow.
big. It's so big. The grubs in his garden all have bad breath. Just
Well, when you ingest garlic, that's what you can expect.
you bet. Well, it's so big. Werewolves in the area are asking Bigfoot for good hiding tips because they don't want to get anywhere near this stuff.
Don't want to get involved. Right. I
Yeah,
hear it.
yeah. So I don't have I have had vegetable gardens. I don't know if you have, John, if you've had a vegetable. If you don't think, I don't think you have one now, do you?
Not now, but I have in the past, and so has Annette.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've had gardens in the past. Yes.
Vegetable garden, to me, vegetable gardens are things that for people who don't want to spend all that money on golf but still like to be annoyed because and frustrated because
Well, yeah.
most
Go
people
ahead.
get frustrated by garden. Very few are really good gardeners, and even fewer are world record gardeners like Graham over here.
Hmm.
Uh,
Wow.
so, one time I grew a giant cucumber. Gave me terrible gas. The the cucumber. You know why cucumbers give you gas? It's because they come from the seed company called Burpee. Remember Burpee's?
Oh, get the horn, please. Horn, please. Early on. Horn within 10
A
minutes of
minute.
the show starting. Oh, my.
Now wait a minute. Burpee is a real company. You don't remember Burpee seeds?
Oh, I remember that. Sure, I'm very conscious of that, but it's kind of a
Yeah.
cornball joke, Paul. Sorry. I mean, I'm not woofing on you here. I'm just, giving you a view. But yeah. Oh, look at all
Well,
the varieties of burpees now.
oh, this is an interesting company. I had no idea. I thought, well, I'll get a little bit of trivia on Burpee. You would not believe this company's been around for 150 years. It's one of the largest seed companies in the world.
Wow.
Started by Washington Atlee Burpee in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in 1876.
Hmm.
Originally, before he was selling seeds, get ready for this. He had a mail order chicken business. Now,
You got to work at that.
I can't. Yeah, really. It's a good thing he changed businesses. How do you? This was in 1876. Today we've got almost instant delivery. Back then, those poor little chickens were sitting in a box for weeks and weeks. What if he sent it by Pony Express and it had to go all the way to California?
Oh my
I don't know.
gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
understand how this could have worked. And they didn't have airmail back in those days, and chickens can't fly, so you couldn't do it like a passenger chicken and put it on their
No,
foot,
you couldn't. No, you couldn't.
toss them
Oh.
up in the air. So I don't know. So that's what he did. He gave up the mail order chicken business, started Burpee, and the rest is history, as they say. Okay. All right. I mentioned werewolves in that last story. And I have a story about werewolves to follow up on it. So this one comes from Japan. Not exactly a place where there's werewolves, but a place where there are wolves. So there's a convenience store in Japan, a chain called the Family Mart. And people are concerned in Japan because not only do they have wolves, but even worse, they have bears. And the bears in Japan are everywhere. They're even scaring people away from the convenience stores, making them inconvenience stores. So Family Mart got the bright idea to build or to buy a mechanical werewolf.
Whoa.
Yeah, mechanical wolf to scare the bears away. Did that scare you, John?
Yeah, it did, as a matter of fact. Yeah. It's kind of imposing, actually.
Well, a lot of people felt the same way as you did, John. They put them in front of the store, and in addition to scaring the bears, it also scared hairy guys, who were just coming in for a 6-pack and a Slim Jim. You know,
Oh, yeah.
So not only do the eyes light up red, it also barks. Now, it doesn't just bark like a dog or like a wolf, but it also speaks like a wolf would speak. And it said things like, "What are you looking at? Do you really think you can beat me?" Now, where did they get this wolf? Did they get it from New York? Is it like, hey, you bear, hey, wait, you pick it, you look at me?
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking at you. That's it. So the red eyes, of course, some of the bears that like to get high, they fell in love with this wolf. They thought maybe it was one of those wolves that was selling pot on the side. So back to the gardening. So we were talking about scarecrows. If you're gardening and you want to keep birds away and animals away from your because that's what this is. This is kind of like a scarecrow. So people use scarecrows to keep birds and animals away from their gardens. My dad did that. I'm sure your parents and probably your grandparents, I know you live close to your grandparents, they would use scarecrows to scare animals away from their crops.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So my dad was very artistic. So we had a little garden in our backyard, and he had the most fantastic scarecrow, most artistic scarecrow. It looked exactly like Ray Bolger. You remember Ray
I
Bolger?
remember Ray Yes. I remember Ray Bolger. Sure.
Okay, for you kids who are too young to know who Ray Bolger is, Ray Bolger was the actor who played the Scarecrow in the original Wizard of Oz movie, and there's a picture of him right there.
That's
Good
him there, right?
man. So if when you mentioned Scarecrow, most kids don't think of Ray Bolger. I'm not sure they even think of Michael Jackson anymore. What movie was Michael Jackson the Scarecrow in, John?
Oh, geez. Uh,
Oh, I gave you a hint just 2 seconds ago.
I'm drawing a blank.
The Wiz.
Oh, okay.
The Wiz, another
Yeah,
version
okay.
of the Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
Who played the Scarecrow in Wicked? Here, this is a good one. You should know this. This is
And I've seen that. I've seen the film
yeah.
also.
He was nominated for an Academy Award, Best Supporting Actor. Jonathan Bailey. I don't have a
Okay.
picture of him.
Okay.
Very
It comes back
handsome,
to me now.
handsome gentleman. Yeah. he didn't. He scared away the crows, but he was attracting the chicks next door. So that you don't want to put a picture of him up there. So here's a little bit of scarecrow trivia I've got for you, John. So,
Oh, good.
what country did scarecrows originate in?
I'm going to say France. Why is that so odd? France is an agrarian country,
That's
agrarian
completely off the
country.
wall. Yeah,
Oh.
actually, they originated in ancient Egypt, of all
Wait a
places.
second.
Yeah.
Ancient Egypt, that's before France as we know it by any means, or Gaul as it was back in Julius Caesar's time. Okay, all right, I'll
That's
accept
right.
that.
Yeah, but as we know it, you're right. You're right.
I'll
So
accept
what they
that.
did was they would put up like sticks and put netting over it.
Okay.
They did that to protect their wheat crops from quails. So it wasn't crows, but it was quails who were
Ah,
eating.
okay. Okay.
Yeah. Now, this is for back to Europe. During the Black Plague, the scarecrow as we know it, the straw stuff, the stuffed straw figures became
Mhm.
popular in medieval Europe during the Black Plague. Now, why was it? They weren't trying to scare away the Black Plague, but there were so few farmers because they were dying from the Black Plague that the ones who were left wanted to, protect their crops and protect their livelihood and make some money. So that's what they did. They put up these scarecrows to scare the all animals away, so they had enough crops to sell to the few survivors that were left. So,
Well, that's interesting.
oh, wait till you hear this one. So going back to ancient times, the best scarecrow I've ever heard of came from ancient Greece. Ancient Greece. You didn't see this in the Odyssey, by the way, but I bet, but had the guy that did it, uh, Matt Damon. No, it was the other guy, the director. Had he known about this, I bet he would have put it in. So their scarecrow looks like Priapus. Priapus was a minor fertility god in Greek and Roman mythology, recognized as the protector of livestock, gardens, and get this, male genitalia.
Oh boy.
I have to
Well,
use that word because
wasn't expecting that third one to be that, but okay. All right.
so, needless to say, don't take a guess. Just use your imagination as to what the scarecrows in ancient Greece looked like. They look look up the statue, but don't. But if you're at work, it's not suitable for work. That's all I'm
Fair
gonna say.
enough. I think you've given us enough, Paul. That's good.
All
Thanks.
right. So forget crows in Cleveland. What we've got is raccoons. We got plenty of
Oh,
raccoons here.
that's true. Very
Oh
true.
yeah, getting into your gardens, getting into your garbage. So you would think that nobody cares about raccoons because they cause so much trouble. Au contraire. Oh, there's some French. See, now you mentioned France. Now I'm starting to talk French. Um,
Okay.
so firefighters in Rostraver Township, Pennsylvania, were called in because there was a raccoon caught in a metal grate. So they came out. There's the head. His head was caught in the middle grate right there. There's a picture. The grate was covering a storm drain. So he was trying to get out of the storm drain, miscalculated the size of the grate and got stuck. So the firefighters came and they used the jaws of life. There's a jaws of life right there.
Wow.
Not rescuing a person in a car, rescuing a raccoon from being stuck in a grate. That raccoon was so impressed by the jaws of life, he went to look to Home Depot to see if he could buy them so he could use to open garbage cans because
There he has an ulterior motive there, right?
oh yeah,
Sure.
those little hands, they can't get
Mhm.
every garbage can open.
That is
But
true. That is very true,
yeah,
Paul.
I'm
Yeah.
working on a song about this story, by the way. It's called Squirrels to the Left of Me, Possums to the Right. Here I am, stuck in the griddle with you.
Oh boy. I'll give you that's okay. That's passable. I
Okay,
think our audience would
John,
appreciate that, Paul. I think our
we
audience would
know that
appreciate that.
we know the song. What was the name of the band that recorded the original version of that song?
What song was it again?
Stuck in the Middle with You.
Oh, Steelers wheel.
Steely's wheel. That's right. The technical name for the jaws of life, I didn't know that they had a technical name. It's called the hydraulic spreader. The hydraulic spreader. We saw the hydraulic spreaders open for crash test dummies. I don't know if you remember that.
That's enough. My memory doesn't serve me some days, and it's not serving me today.
So it's stories like this. Everybody thinks raccoons are pests until there's a story like this, and everybody's like, "Oh, the poor raccoon. He's trapped. He looks so cute. Oh, I'm so glad they freed him. It's too bad he looks like a burglar. He was born that way. He shouldn't be treated that way. I've heard them all. It's like bears. Yeah, yeah, John. It's like bears. We
Oh, sure.
Oh, we did this story last week and a week before about a bear that was being seen in Cleveland. It was sighted in Pepper Pike. Then they saw it in Garfield Heights. Then they saw it in Brooklyn Heights. And all these cities are warning people, oh, be afraid of the bear. Don't go by the bear. Don't feed the bear. Don't do this. Don't do that. Then next thing you know, somebody runs into the bear on a freeway just south of here. And you can guess it was not a happy ending for the bear.
Oh,
yeah. So now all of a sudden, oh, the poor bear. Oh, we feel so bad about the bear. But you didn't feel bad about him when he could have been in your backyard eating your dog or your dog food, whatever.
That's how life goes, Paul. You got to look at things
right.
two ways,
Yeah.
not just one way. Sure.
My theory is that it was somebody from Pepper Pike, trying to chase after that bear one more time to get him to go back to Pennsylvania where they belong. Those Pepper Pike people, yeah. Okay, enough about world records. Let's get over to some. Enough about animals. We didn't even talk about a world record yet. I've got dyslexia today, so I just read that backwards. Enough about animals. Let's get to some world records, John. Sam Farber of Chicago now he's not sure yet. He thinks he got the Guinness World Record for walking 10 meters, that's 32.8 feet, with a balloon between his legs. There you go. So he's carrying an inflated balloon, holding it between his knees, and he walked 10 meters, 32 feet in, get ready, 3.5 seconds. That can't be right. 10 meters, 30 feet in 3.5 seconds. I didn't think that was right. I just looked at my paper, and that's what it says. 3.5 seconds. Even if he doesn't get the record, that's pretty impressive form. I mean,
yeah.
Cowboys liked the way he looked after he was done. He dropped it, and it gives you that spread horse riding look.
Oh.
He tried to get on America's Got Talent, and Simon not only gave him the buzzer, he gave him a dart through the balloon, and that was it.
Wow, he's adding insult to injury. Jeez.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah. They don't put up with that kind of stuff. So now the poor guy, he's looking for a new place to practice because he's been banned from all the party centers in Chicago. So this sounds like one of those party games we used to play in high school. When you had a party and you finally you convinced girls to come to the party. Oh, this will be a good one. We'll see if we can make the girls do funny things and put the balloon between their legs, and that's when we found out that girls are a lot smarter than we think they are.
Yes, they are.
yeah, we didn't. The balloon may have been inflated, but our egos were deflated.
Oh, good one, Paul. I like
that.
that.
Yeah.
That was very good. That was very good.
So I'm thinking that this is really scraping the bottom of the world record barrel, setting the world record for walking with a balloon between your knees. You could do this, John. In fact, we could. I bet you I could help you get a world record, because if you do this, you put this balloon between your knees and you start running, I'll be behind you with a pin, and I guarantee you'll get it. You'll make it faster than this kid did.
It'd be an incentive anyway. Wow.
Because everybody wants to get a world record and be on What in the World.
Of course.
You'd be on twice. There you go. Okay,
It's
world
a
record.
noble effort. Yes, no
Yeah,
doubt.
this is another party game record here. So this one comes from Brazil. The guy's name is Renato Bema Gaia. Is his name. He just said, now he has a Guinness World Record for the most kisses in half a minute. He kissed his girlfriend, Naira Ribeiro, on the cheek 195 times in 30 seconds. 195.
What?
Yeah, yeah. Let me think. Let's do the math here. That's more than 60 times a second. Would that be right? No. Anyways, you can do the math at home. The 195 times a 30, 6 a second, 6 a second. So these two, they're boyfriend and girlfriend, but they're also doctors. They're actually medical doctors doing
Oh.
this party stunt to get on What in the World with their world record. So because she was a doctor, she was ready with muscle relaxers that she was injecting him with in cases if he stiffened up and they didn't get the world record or
No, boy.
got a cramp in his lower lip. You remember those days. The maybe you don't. I don't know. Getting a cramp.
No, it's amazing. That's an amazing record there.
Isn't that?
Yes.
But
No kidding.
even if this guy's a doctor, even though he has a world record, he's still at the bottom of the barrel, at the bottom of the ladder at the hospital where he works, because those are the only kind of cheeks he'll kiss. He won't kiss any other cheeks. So,
Not going to touch that one.
promote him.
Not touching that one.
He wanted to go for the 1 minute record. One minute record. The but his girlfriend demanded that he go first to get the record for the closest shave before kissing your girlfriend. So I don't know. Didn't get that one, huh?
Well, I don't know. There's a reason for everything, Paul. That's why I look at it.
Okay. Another couple was in the contest. They were lip locked for 20 minutes, long after they set the record. But it turns out it was because their braces got stuck together. So,
Boy, yikes!
You never hear about that anymore, John.
No, not very often.
Getting their braces stuck together.
No, right. You're right, Paul. Yeah,
that was something that, possibly because they've improved braces so much that they don't look like they did.
Well,
okay. Yeah. So I'm guessing that there's a record for the most air kisses as well. Where you don't have to touch lips or touch lips or anything like that. The European style of kissing. So there isn't. I looked it up. There's no record for air kissing. No world record for air kissing. So if anybody wants to get on the show, yeah, this is a perfect one for you. Get your girlfriend or your wife and 30 seconds or a minute, time yourself. No matter how many you do, you're going to have the world record, and we'll put you on.
Well, yeah, sure.
So,
sure.
Air kissing. There's actually information on the internet about air kissing, John.
Paul, I'll tell you what, I'm really surprised you said that, because I didn't think it's a subject, but evidently it is.
Everything's a subject, John. Everything's a subject.
Well, I mean, let's put it a worthy subject. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to get into any kind of discussion.
Okay.
I'm going to say a worthy discussion. Yes.
Mr. Judge of subjects here. Okay, that's fine.
All right. Well,
So here we go. Air kissing, but differs from between countries. I didn't know this. In the United States, you usually do one kiss, one air kiss, and that's enough. In England and in other European countries, they do 2 air kisses as a greeting. And in Switzerland, the proper greeting is 3 air kisses. 3 air kisses. Yeah. You go to a party in Geneva, you're going to be there all day just air kissing people. You won't even get to talk to anybody or get a drink. I think we should expand this to include air hugging. I think too many people hug these days. I think we should go for air hugging. I'd like to see that. I don't know about you, John.
No, I think air hugging would. I mean, that would be okay. I mean, to do that, yeah, why not?
It's a lot like when we were in high school. It was a lot like the dances when we were in high school. You didn't really get close enough to hug. Or to hold hands or anything, unless it was.
You were too nervous to do that then. Yeah.
There you go. That's right. So while we're talking about the old days, do you remember going to the mall? No, you still go to the mall, don't
I
you?
still go to the mall. Yes, there's a mall that's not
Yeah.
far from where we live here. Yes, we go there.
Well, it's not the same as it used to be. But so if you remember going to the malls back in the 70s and the 80s in the heyday of malls, there was one store that every mall had. That store was Spencer's Gifts.
I knew you were
Remember?
going to say that. I knew you were going to.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
right. Okay.
Every mall, no matter what. Some of them didn't have Cinnabon, some of them didn't have, but mall,
Oh,
every
that's so
mall
true.
had a
That is so true,
Spencer's
Paul.
Gift.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So this was Spencer's was in the news this week.
Oh,
The first brick and mortar location of Spencer Gifts opened at the Cherry Hill Mall in New Jersey in 1963, and it is still in operation. One of
well,
only two, yeah, one of only two of the original Spencer Gift stores left, still operating. Uh,
wow.
yeah, how about that?
That's
So
amazing.
yeah, 1963. It's so old. They still have blacklight posters featuring Andy Williams, Bobby Vinton, and Brenda Lee. I I didn't even know they had
That's a lineup
blacklight posters.
there. That's quite
Yeah,
a
those are
lineup
old.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'd go to get blacklight posters of Kiss and the Rolling Stones, but all those old timers there. It's so old. Their sex toy is a wind-up toy. Um,
Oh boy.
John, it's so old. The whoopee cushion had to have a colonoscopy.
Oh, that is
It's
old.
so it is old. It's so old. The chattering teeth have cavities. It's
Uh, all
it's so
right.
old. It's so old. The X-ray glasses are trifocals.
Hey, these are pretty good, Paul, actually. I must commend you on that. This is good.
It's so old. The sexy underwear is relaxed fit. There you go. It's so
Oh,
old they have shot glasses for Metamucil. How about that?
oh boy. Yeah.
Now, here's something I bet you didn't know. Spencer Gifts owns Spirit Halloween. But you know those pop-up Halloween stores that pop up at Halloween, hence the name, are owned by Spencer Gifts. So they have a place to sell Halloween stuff. So you don't have to go to Spencer Gifts for Halloween. And I was thinking about Halloween. When we were kids, a lot of times you made your own costume. And one of the most popular ones for us guys, young men or boys at the time, was the hobo. I'd like to see a kid come to the door as a hobo today. Nobody knows what a hobo is anymore.
Well,
That
the
was
hobos, sure, their heyday was like even, the 40s and 50s,
yeah.
maybe 30s, right? So that's a long time ago.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised we knew what hobos were. The so anyways, okay. I'm not a golfer, but this story was very intriguing. Artificial intelligence is invading golf. This is unbelievable for you golfers out there. The hot new thing in golf these days is something called the IXI trolley from a robotics company called Botronics. It's an AI controlled self-driving golf cart. There's a picture of it right there. So it all you have to do
Wow.
is wave your hand, yeah, and it picks up the signals and it drives itself behind you. It not only carries clubs, but it also offers you advice on how to play a hole. And it just so happened that I happened to see one of these at a sporting goods store, and I described the one of the toughest hole at my favorite course, and the bag said to me that it recommended to aim for the clown's mouth. So pretty good advice. I'll let you think about that one for a minute.
Yeah, okay. Well. Modern technology,
It
improvements,
is,
right?
yeah. I play miniature golf with my grandnieces. I've learned a lesson. What I do is I give them the money, I let them play, and I buy the ice cream
Well,
because
that's probably a better way to go in a sense, right?
it's the only
And
way.
that way
You
they're assured of winning then, so that's good.
can't beat kids at putt golf anymore. So this IXI trolley, this golf cart, AI golf cart, has two cameras and a GPS that's preloaded with maps of more than 40,000 golf courses from around the world. So two cameras. The one camera tracks the flight of the golf ball, and the second camera tracks where you threw your club after you saw it go into the water. So it's amazing. It's amazing how intelligent this is. It follows you around like a real caddy. It has a robotic hand that sticks out on the 18th hole to get its tip. So pretty
Oh
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
How
sure.
about that? Yeah. It
Sure.
recognizes what club you take out of the bag. And if you take a putter out, it knows you're on the green and it starts heading to the next hole because it assumes you're gonna
Very intelligent machine, right? Wow.
yeah, how about that? That's unbelievable. Uh, so if it sees you take out waders, it knows you hit your into the water hazard, and it starts to inflate a life preserver for you in case you.
Oh wow.
Even better, John, this thing takes videos of you while you're golfing, and if you have a coach, a golf coach, it sends the videos to the coach, so you can get instant feedback on how you're doing. Depending on how bad you're playing, it also sends orders to the 19th hole on exactly how many drinks you're expected to drink to drown your
Oh yeah, yeah.
based on your score. Yeah. It's so smart. After watching him for one practice session, it refused to get into the car with Tiger Woods. So
Well, there's
that,
a point to that. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
so anyway, all right, let's move on from oh, this is so we've had some weird foods on What in the World. I'm almost certain that this is going to take the cake for one of the weirdest. And you'll probably be able to find this at your grocery store soon. Comes from Quaker Oats. Quaker Oats has come out with something called the Quaker Oat Shake and Go. Quaker Oats Shake and Go, a drinkable oatmeal that's made by adding milk to a powder and shaking it up.
Well,
If you
you would think, yeah, I mean, you would think on the surface that this would eventually have been invented even before now, right? I mean, in the
I
interest of,
guess I don't. Do you really want to drink oatmeal? I mean, I drink oat milk, but
no,
you know,
I wouldn't like to do it, but I mean, you think the people that would take oatmeal, right?
yeah,
I mean, everybody's busy, right? They're moving around and
I
everything.
don't know, John. To me, there's 6 degrees of separation between this stuff and actual oats. They're
Well,
just not,
that point's well taken, I think, by you.
they're
I
not the
agree.
same thing. Um, I mean, and if your oatmeal is shaking, you might want to check the expiration date on the milk you use
Yeah,
to make
that's
it.
probably a good idea.
I don't think there's something wrong with that there. This is so weird. The white-haired guy on the oatmeal box actually shaved his head and joined the mascot protection program rather than be associated with it. You can see his picture here. Those are some of the last pictures of him before he disappeared.
Wow. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
John, real Quakers heard about this and they're suing for defamation. That's how bad it is.
Well, there's a lawyer for everybody out there, right, to do
There
that.
is.
So
That's
I
right.
guess, yeah. Okay.
So who decided that preparing oatmeal is such a hard thing to do? You know, we've been eating oatmeal all of our lives. You
Hmm.
basically you took a scoop, you boiled water, poured a scoop of oatmeal into the water, you
Hmm.
stirred it for 5 minutes, and you ate it. Maybe you put a little sugar, you put it in a bowl and you ate it. You put a little sugar on it, maybe cut up some bananas. That's it. How
Yes, I agree. I agree.
how there's nothing easier than making your own oatmeal. So yeah, it was the entrance exam for home ec class. If you couldn't make oatmeal, they sent you back to the remedial class, which was going home and watching your mom make oatmeal. And then you
That would be the class. Right. Good one.
exactly, then you come back
Oh
and you make
my.
it and get into home ec class. That I can't, and then we got the microwave, which makes it even easier. You just put
That
the
is
bowl
true.
in the
That is
water.
very
Yeah,
true. Right.
You don't even have to get the pan out. Then you just dump your oatmeal in. That was faster than Cocoa Puffs. You know, Cocoa Puffs, you had to get the box out, and you had to
Oh
open the
yeah,
box and
it's the actual
pour them
process.
in.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Oh wow. Okay.
Then they started this thing, John. You've probably heard of this. This the oatmeal you make the night before. Have you heard about this?
I have
It-
heard of that. Yes, I have.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's this steel cut stuff. And you know, if you want explosive diarrhea, there's a good source.
Oh,
Steel
is
cut
yes,
oatmeal.
steel cut
If
oats.
you need
They are a diuretic. That's for sure. I'll
Yeah,
say
if
that, and
you
that's
need
all I'm going to
steel
say.
to cut your oatmeal, you shouldn't
Well,
be
there,
eating those oats.
it's
Yeah.
if the shoe fits, wear it. I guess I don't
If
know.
if it takes all night to get it soft enough to digest, you shouldn't be eating this stuff. I'm sorry, I don't
Well,
care
that's
how
up to
healthy it
everyone's
is.
decision, right?
Yeah,
Everyone's discretion, I should say. Wow.
you know, and I was reading about this stuff. People are saying, "Oh, well, you know, you make it the night before, you put it in the refrigerator the night before, and then it's so easy in the morning. You just open the refrigerator and you take it out and you heat it up and you eat it." I said, "I got something even easier. The night before, I put a piece of pizza in the refrigerator, and in the morning, I go,
Well, it's more fun to eat the pizza than it is to
you
eat the
better
oatmeal.
believe it. And I don't
Sure,
even have to
no
heat it
question
up. I
about it,
just
Paul.
eat it cold. You don't eat steel. You know, you want explosive frozen diarrhea. You eat
Oh
this
man, we're getting.
right out.
I'm not thinking about this too much, but that's okay, Paul. This is your subject here. I'm not
I
thinking about this too
obviously thought
much.
about it too much. I mean, and it's depressing. It's depressing. The night before, I'm putting a jar of oatmeal in the refrigerator, thinking, "Oh boy, this is going to be really good tomorrow morning." No, it's not. It's
Oh my.
oatmeal.
Oh.
Pizza. I feel good about putting pizza in the refrigerator, knowing that I'll enjoy it the following morning. You know, if I want to feel good in the morning, what I do is I put $20 in the refrigerator. And in the morning, I open it up, I take out the $20, I go to my favorite diner. I have fried eggs, bacon, and pancakes, and I feel really good. That's a
Well,
good
that's
breakfast.
money well spent, I think, in that case, Paul. Money well spent. Oh.
All right. On that note, I'll get off my soapbox. I apologize to the Quaker Oats people. Hey, you're not our sponsor. You know, go pound steel oats. That's all I got to say.
Touche, Paul. Touche.
There we go. So we've reached the end of my segment of What in the World. And that means it's time for What in the World of Sports with my old buddy, John DiNallo. Regular listeners know that John and I go back to our college days. We met on the first day of college. We're fraternity brothers, been friends ever since. John knows more about sports and just about as all about trivia as anybody I know. So he's the perfect guy to host this segment. I challenge him every week. John, find us a sport that meets the criteria. Real sport, sometimes weird, always funny. And regular listeners will vouch for it. Every week, John comes roaring back with another strange sport. Wait till you hear the one he's got this time. John, fill us in.
All right, Paul. Thanks for the introduction. A big introduction, and I'll try to do my best on this sport as I can. So, our sport this week on What in the World is unique. The sport is the World Eskimo Indian Olympics, or the WEIO. This multi sport event is held over a 4-day period beginning the third Wednesday of each July, and the 65th version of it wrapped up this past weekend.
Wow.
Now, the Olympics are designed to preserve cultural practices and traditional or survival skills of Northern Native Americans from the United States. WEIO began in 1961 as the World Eskimo Olympics and was initially held on the banks of the Chena River in downtown Fairbanks, Alaska. This was in conjunction with the Golden Day celebration festivities. In 1970, sponsorship of the event was transferred to the statewide newspaper, the Tundra Times, and several revisions were made, including adding Indian to the name to better reflect the ethnicity of the participants and the introduction of events for women as well. Now, women now participate in some of the more strenuous events. Wait till you hear what they are. One is high kicks, and the other is ear pulls. Yes, you heard that correctly, ear pulls. The ear pull is a traditional Inuit game where two competitors sit facing each other, their legs straddled and interlocked. A 2 foot long loop of string is looped behind their ears, connecting right ear or left ear to left ear. The competitors then pull upon the opposing ear using their own ear until the cord comes free or the opponent quits from the pain. This year's winners were Amanda Agoshiak and Frank M. Lane, who also won the ear weight competition, where, believe it or not, you carry a 16-pound weight hanging from your ear for the longest distance.
Wow.
Now that's let me say something. That takes some doing. Just leave it at that. Oh my gosh. Now, other WEIO events include the 2 foot high kick, the knuckle hop, the greased pole walk, the kneel jump, drop the bomb, and the popular men's and women's blanket toss. In Drop the Bomb, you lie on your stomach, make your body flat like a board, and hold your arms straight out to the sides. Spotters then lift you by your hands and feet and carry you until your muscles give out. Now, that's another strenuous activity there that I don't think I'm interested in. Now, for more information on the kneel jump that we referred to, participants kneel with feet flat behind them, then swing their arms to build momentum, and then leap forward, aiming to land on both feet simultaneously as far away as possible.
Oh,
That's unbelievable.
yeah.
The blanket toss is self-explanatory and is actually based on the way the Inuits used to look for animals before a hunt. In conclusion, the World Eskimo Indian Olympics sound like a lot more fun than some of the current Summer Olympic events. Maybe what the Summer Games need is synchronized ear pull diving.
Ooh, I like it. Synchronized ear pull
Ear
diving.
pull diving.
I'd pay to see that.
Well, I think that's very unique. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it once or any time for that matter, but yeah. How
Well,
about that?
people, this is one of those weeks where you need to go to YouTube and check out the photos of the World
Good
Eskimo.
suggestion, Paul. Good suggestion.
and
Uh,
and the ear tug of war, whatever that was called, the ear pull.
ear pull. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's excruciating enough. I didn't see a photo of
Yeah,
the
this is not for the weak of heart, these sports. I mean, they really are. I mean, these are strenuous sports, but I think
yeah.
they're carried out because people want to recognize their cultural heritage, and that's a good thing, as I see it. Yeah.
And many of them are based on things that the native people actually did, like the blanket toss to throw people up in the air so they could see like over hills and stuff to see where the animals might or the enemy if they were in right. Yeah,
Oh
I
my. Oh my.
it looks like fun, but they were up 40, 50 feet up in the air. I don't know what the world record is for that, but
Well, I'm not sure either. Wow.
and they've been doing it for 65 years.
Yeah,
65 years.
65
Bro,
years, right? Sure.
I can't believe ESPN didn't cover this last weekend.
Well, I don't know. That's an interesting point you bring up, Paul. I mean, you would think they
Yeah.
would, but I mean, well, there's so many ESPN stations that I receive on my television, so you would think there would be a spot somewhere, but maybe there will
That's
be in the
true.
future.
The and plus they had that silly World Cup, so they were busy working on that.
Well,
The
World Cup was pretty dominant, actually. I
I
mean,
guess, yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
World Eskimo Indian Olympics, I think. I'm tuning into that for the next 3 years too.
Yeah, I think I'm interested in finding out more about that. We just kind of
Yeah,
found out it just occurred, as a matter of fact. So, yeah.
I'm surprised, John. I'm surprised you didn't remember. We did something like the World Eskimo Indian Olympics back when we were in college. Do you remember doing something like this?
I have to say I don't, Paul, and I'm a little troubled by this news. Please explain.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing we have the old Carol News online that I can go back and
Ah, yes. Okay, sure.
through
The
to
Carol
find these
News.
stories. That's right. So
Sure, sure.
challenged. Yeah, we were, as always, we were challenged by another fraternity to an ear pulling contest. Ear pulling contest was the event that they challenged us to, and they said, "Oh yeah, they do it in Alaska. The Eskimos do it. We can do it too. No big deal." So of course, the older brothers in our fraternity put it upon John and myself to find out about ear pulling, and if it's really bad, we were the ones who were going to end up doing it. So I John and I were talking about it, and right off the bat, the thought of ear pulling reminded us of grade school, and we didn't want to do that because here's a picture of one of us. I don't know who that was in grade school. Nun pulling on our ear because she assumed we were doing something wrong, which nuns always did. They didn't need any evidence; they just assumed.
Hey, they're trying to stress that discipline there. That's what they're trying to do.
That's right. So we decided ear pulling did not sound like fun. So then we thought, well, if we're not going to do ear pulling, how about beer pulling? Beer pulling sounds a lot more fun. So then we thought about that further, and we tried pulling a six-pack of beer between two guys, and it got to be too brutal. It just wasn't fun. And we were into fun competition. So then
yes, that's true. That is true.
Yeah. How about another event where we might be able to meet some women, meet some co-eds?
Well, yeah, trying to do that.
We came up with the beer ear pull. Now, the beer ear pull, I don't know where we found these, but the beer ear pull involved trying to get a girl in on campus to wear earrings that we had made out of little beer cans. So here's a Budweiser one here. Unfortunately, all we could afford were the Strohs and the POC earrings, and nobody wanted those. So, but John found a co-ed. I thought he was going to run off and marry her because she heard this idea and she made her own beer can earrings. Here's a picture of her right here. Look at that. This enterprising young lady makes earrings out of beer cans. Now,
well, you have to say that's pretty unique. I don't know about the style points, but it's pretty unique. I'll say that. It
wasn't exactly fashionable back in those.
No, I don't think it's fashionable now either, but that's okay.
I don't know, John. You've got to get out more. Get out of the mall.
Maybe I should. Maybe get out of the mall. That's right. Go broaden my horizon somewhere. That's what I need to do.
There you go. That's right. Sure. Broaden your horizon. Check out what the girls are wearing on their ears. And don't tell your wife you're doing okay. Try out another great sport, the Indian Eskimo Olympics.
No, thanks, Paul. Thanks for the introduction for it. It was good to do it. It was a fun sport to research, as a matter of fact. And hopefully some of the listeners will recall that it'll be again next July, the third week. And also through the wonder of Wikipedia and other resources that are available on the internet, you don't have to wait until then. You can dive into it right now if you choose to do so.
Well, maybe we'll see if we can remember. Hopefully, we'll still be on the air and we'll remind people. We can do a coverage. Maybe we can do live. Maybe we can do a remote from Alaska. Live coverage of the Olympics. Yeah.
Sure.
Start saving. Yeah. Take 10% of what we pay you and set it aside every week.
I will do that. And that would be money well spent then down the road, I'm sure.
All right. Well, we've reached the end of What in the World of Sports. That means it's time for everybody's favorite weird news game, Bluff the Co-Host. The game that's sweeping the country, sweeping the world. Everybody wants to play it because it's easy and it's fun. It's easy. I have 3 stories, similar to the ones we've been talking about all afternoon. One big difference. Those stories were real. These stories may be real, may be a bluff. It's up to John and Karen. Well, Karen's not playing here. We're going to guess what Karen might vote for on these stories.
Okay, that sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah, we'll do that. So it's and plus everybody at home, you get to vote as well. So wagering is allowed. Place your bets. John, put your hand on the buzzer. Even though
it is.
Even though Karen's not here, put your hand on the buzzer anyways. And we'll get this. So I don't want it to throw you off. You
No,
might
I
be,
understand.
yeah,
No, make it
yeah.
make it so we have our comfort zone. That's fine.
Okay. Okay. Story number one. I got to get to it here. So a plumber in Germany doesn't get any complaints about his pants sliding down in the back. But when he started getting comments about his impressive biceps, he realized that using a plunger on the job might be a fitness activity for everyone. He put together a video of himself doing a variety of pushing and pulling exercises with a plunger and posted it on YouTube, where he now has over 500,000 followers and is making enough selling videos to quit being a plumber and do plunger exercise training full time. You don't need a clogged toilet. The plunger pulling can be simulated on a wet floor, and the pushing can be done using a firm pillow or even balloons, which give the exercises some pop. Look out, Jane Fonda. The plunger workout video could be the next hot exercise video. Okay, so a plumber in Germany with impressive biceps from plunging decides to make a video of plunger exercises and is getting rich doing it. Real or bluff? John, we'll start with you.
This is kind of a harmless story the way I see it, and it might be something for this enterprising plumber. And I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say it's real. I'm going to say it's a real story.
John says it's a real story. Okay, so what do you think Karen would say?
I would think Karen would be skeptical on this. I would think that she would, just knowing her, I think she'd be skeptical. I think she'd be applying some logic to it. And yeah, I don't think that she would think that this is a real story. So we'll have to find out what
I,
is the truth.
that's right. Yeah, that's what I think she'd say. She'd say, "I hope this isn't real." That's what she
Right,
likes.
right,
I
exactly.
hope this isn't real. Okay, so Karen hopes it's a bluff. John hopes it's real. Let's check with the judges, and the judges say Invisible Karen is the winner so far.
Oh,
That is a bluff. Yeah,
oh, wow. Now, do
yeah.
you think that this possibly would spur a plumber in Germany to do this? And then all of a
Germany.
sudden, I
Yeah,
mean, it's a large
yeah.
country, a lot of plumbers, right? I mean, maybe
Oh,
this is the genesis. Maybe this is how a plumber will do this in Germany and become rich on that.
yeah. Or in the United States, in Cleveland,
Right.
Ohio.
Isn't it to be even in
Yeah.
Germany? That's a good point. That's a
I
very
mean,
good point.
like, if there's any plumbers listening to the podcast after hours, of course, you don't listen to it while you're plunging. Don't want to get
Oh, that wouldn't
don't want
work.
to
That wouldn't
cause
work
even
very
a
well,
worse
Paul. No, not at
accident.
all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
All right. So the score is 1-0. Karen's in the lead. Let's get to story number two. The cool new way to beat the heat in Scotland is swimming in a pool of slime. A company in Glasgow came up with the idea by accident when they were called to clean a customer's pool after her child dumped slime powder in it, and they found that the pink slime goo was 10 degrees colder than the water temperature in a nearby pool. The pink slime pool conversion is now popular for parties on hot days, and the company provides everything you need: the slime, a portable shower for rinsing off, and pool clean off and refilling afterwards. Before you try this on your own, the company guarantees their pink slime is safe to drink and biodegradable. Pink slime pool parties, this summer's new way to stay cool in Scotland. All right, let's get so a company is selling slime pool parties where they fill your pool with slime because it's a lot cooler than the water and clean up afterward. Real or bluff? John, we'll start with you again.
Well, I'll tell you, this is one where I hope it's not real because I think it's gross. I mean, really, I mean, just the concept of it, okay, even for children, okay. I mean, just the concept behind it. No, I'm going to hope that this is a bluff.
Oh, wow. Okay, John. The concept is disgusting. John thinks it's a bluff. I'm gonna say that Karen would probably agree with you on that.
Yeah, I
It's
think that she'd be sensitive, kind of. Yeah, I would say so. Although we don't know for certain, but we're kind of guessing on that.
we are guessing. That's the whole purpose of us having this little conversation here, John. So now, so John and Karen both stay at the bluff. Let's check with the judges, and the judges say congratulations to both of you. That is a bluff.
That restores my faith in humanity to an extent.
Yeah,
And
I was thinking about swimming in a pool of slime. It reminded me of that sport you had, bog swimming, where you go.
Oh yes, we did have bog swimming. Yes, we did, and people participate in that sport consistently, right? And there's competition. It is it is competitive. If people want to look it up or whatever on YouTube, they can find it. But yeah.
Well, yeah, that's right. Just do a search on one of ours for bog swimming.
There you go. There you have it.
All right. So the score's 2-1, but everybody knows points are doubled in round number 3. So John could come roaring back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. Let's see if he can with story number 3. Pole sliding is an activity associated with fire stations and pole dancing. Oh, and with fire stations. And pole dancing is associated with strip clubs. But a retired firefighter in Sweden had decided to combine the two by becoming that country's only pole dancing firefighter. The 50-year-old says he got into pole dancing as a way to stay fit after retiring and was shocked at how much better he feels after spinning, swinging, and yes, sliding down the stripper pole. While he hasn't taken his clothes off yet, he gets heckled by firefighters who watch the class, but he also gets compliments and offers from the pro strippers in the class who thinks he could set fire to the pole dancing genre. All right, so a retired firefighter decides to become Sweden's only male pole dancer. Real or bluff? John, we'll start with you.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb on this one because when you say only, that means only one.
Yeah.
And I would think that that's a really limiting type of thing. But I'm going to say it's true, just for humor's sake. I'm going to say it's true.
Okay, so John goes against his better judgment and says he thinks it's true. I did say that the country's only pole dancing.
Yeah, that's the thing that really. I mean, I should pick up on that,
good.
but I'm gonna throw caution to the wind, Paul.
Way to parse the words there, John.
Yeah, right.
Parse the
so
words.
What's the answer?
John says it's real. I don't think Karen's not a fan of pole dancing to begin with.
No, I don't think Karen would. I don't think Karen would think this is real. I think that she would say it's a bluff. Yes.
Yeah. No, I don't think she's into pole dancing, strippers. Forget it. All of those.
I don't think so. No.
Karen would say it's a bluff. So bluff for Karen. John says it's real. Let's check with the judges, and the judges say congratulations go to John. That is a real story, and yes.
Wow! Amazingly, see, sometimes thinking outside the box is to your benefit.
Outside the box,
outside the box, so to speak. Right. Exactly.
Thinking outside the fire station. Wow! How about? Well, congratulations. That means you have the week off. No.
No flashcards.
Studying. Yeah. How about
no flashcards. That's wonderful. That's good for me and Annette. That's great. Okay.
How about that? Great. Well, congratulations. And Karen, we're sorry. Too
bad Karen was able to participate today. Yeah.
Well, Karen has done pretty well at the game.
She has. Oh yeah.
So whatever kind of logic or thinking she does, it manages to win the game more often than not for her. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, so that means we've reached the end of another exciting and fun episode of What in the World. I want to thank Karen Hale, and she should be coming back shortly here. Our producer, media mogul at newclevelandradio.net, co-host. Thank you so much, Karen, for everything that you do for our show and for all the great podcasts that you have at newclevelandradio.net. Thank you for being our liaison with Cleveland 13 News.
Does a great job. She does a great job for sure.
Wonderful things. Yeah, that's right. And she's a welcome participant in Bluff the Co-host and in all of our stories. So we look forward to having her back full-time next week. And as always, I want to thank my buddy, our color commentator, co-host, host of What in the World of Sport, we go back a long time. He keeps coming back for my abuse every week, John DiNallo. Thanks, John.
That's okay, Paul. Hey, it's a challenge that I have to face every week, right? Because it keeps me sharp. So that's why I like to do it. So no, you're more than welcome.
I got all these notes from everybody. Does John really have flashcards to do Bluff the co-host? You know,
They have to. Well, you know what? The more often that they watch the show, they might be able to find out really what the truth is, and maybe we will reveal that to them. So yeah, I think people should be queued up to that, so to speak.
I
Yeah.
think that John should be working on flashcards and selling them on the side for all of you at home who want to know how to do as well as he does on Bluff the co-host. There's a retirement job for you, John.
Yeah,
And
that sounds like a good idea, Paul. That's right.
speaking of our listeners, I want to thank you. You're the most important people when it comes to doing our podcast. I hope you have as much fun listening to the show as we do putting it on every week. You're the reason why we try to bring some laughs to the world every week. Laughter is the best medicine. We certainly live by that dictum. I think that's the word we would use.
Mantra, maybe mantra. That mantra, maybe.
Yeah,
Mantra?
that too.
Yeah.
That's right. It helps keep us going. You look at people
Sure.
like Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks is 100 years old.
Yeah, he turns 100 years old this
Bob
year.
Hope made 99.
Right.
Lucille Ball was in her 90s. So there's
Sure.
something to be said for laughter,
Oh,
being
I believe that.
the
I
healing
believe that.
power of humor. So
Sure.
that's why we put the show on every week. Plus to get you away from the bad news, all the strange, all the bad, business and politics and all that stuff. We don't want to talk about any of that. We just want to have fun news, strange news, and have some fun with it. So
It's a pleasant departure for everyone. It can be.
on that note, I'm going to ask. I don't see Karen's face here. Is your voice there, Karen? No, I guess not. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up ourselves, John, and we will be back on Tuesday next week with at 3:30. We say that we used to be broadcasting live, but now we're just recording and putting it out on YouTube as fast as Karen can possibly get it out there. So
That's right. That's right.
yeah. So
Okay.
look forward next week, John. Any last parting words?
No, but let's enjoy the weather. Okay, it's in Northeast Ohio. The weather's been today was very pleasantly cool. It was almost
Yeah.
a fall day as it is in July, right? Because a lot of times we have the dog days of heat in July here, right in August. But yeah, wonderful day today. And if you're outside, enjoy the weather. And we'll hope to see you folks next week.
That's right. Okay, and that's it for us. We'll see you all next week on What in the World. Bye bye.
Have a good week, everyone. Take care. Bye bye.